Conspiracy charges have been filed against our state's superintendent, Joy Hoffmeister, and 4 others accused of using dark money to pay for ads that attacked her campaign opponent, then Superintendent Janet Barresi. Hoffmeister pleaded not guilty to these charges and vehemently denies any wrongdoing. She joins us live on KOCO 5 News in the morning, and because of the pending litigation, she cannot comment on these charges, but she joins us live right now, and we thank her so much for being with us and want to get to some things that you can comment on.
Absolutely.
Which is education here in the state of Oklahoma. So we certainly do appreciate your time, and we understand that you cannot comment on that right now. But we do want to get to this, and it has been a minute since you've been with us on the newscast, and since you have joined us, voters turned down State Question 779. That would have given your teachers a $5,000 pay increase. Your reaction to that being shot down, and especially, you know, someone who ran on a platform of, I'm going to give our teachers a $5,000 pay increase. Just your reaction to that being turned down.
Yes, we really still believe that this is critical for solving our teacher shortage. We are still without teachers. We have emergency certified teachers, over 1,000 in Oklahoma classrooms, with over 50,000 children right now with an emergency certified teacher as their teacher today. We have to solve that, and part of that is addressing competitive teacher pay.
And we did sit down with Senator David Holt a couple weeks ago after 779 was shot down. He says he has his own remedy. We have a soundbite I'd like to play for you, and then we'll talk on the other side.
One of the ways maybe to fund teacher pay raises would be to take us down from 520 superintendents to a lower number. You know, in what I proposed a year ago, it was 200. And of course, as we established in the last segment, that doesn't mean closing any schools. That's just talking about superintendents.
Okay, so he says this was part of his plan to give teachers a $10,000 pay raise instead and kind of lower that superintendent number. What say you on that plan there?
Well, this is one of many plans that we expect to be proposed. There were many plans proposed last year as well. I think this is the year that we will see the legislature and the governor find consensus in addressing this. I am looking forward to really meeting with many of our legislators as they propose that and understanding what it is that they're proposing, and certainly we all can get behind the need for a competitive pay raise.
I think a lot of people have the question of, how does this happen? I looked at the budget for 2017, and education gets half of the budget. We're talking more than $3.6 billion. More than half of Oklahoma's budget is going to education. A lot of that does go to administration overhead. 520 public school districts for 666,000 students. When you look at California, they have 6,226,000 students, and they only have twice as many school districts as us. Why not consolidate? We know we don't want to see anybody lose their job. We know that. But when you see these teachers leaving left and right, and the emergency certifications, and we can't pay our teachers, why not consolidate, shut down some districts, cut down on administration overhead, transportation costs as well? Why not do that?
Well, I think that there really are some solutions. If you were to ask me, and I've been very consistent about this, do we have too many school districts in Oklahoma? Yes, we do.
Okay.
Do we need to make certain that as we make steps to be efficient with dollars, that we do it in a way that actually addresses dollars for kids in classrooms? I think that that's a whole nother conversation. We have to talk about this with local communities. Those who are affected have to be a part of that conversation. But I think the most important thing here is that we're talking about this, that we are looking at innovative ways to address our funding issues, as well as driving dollars into the classroom, and that's teachers. Teachers make up the greatest amount of the budget for school districts, and we're going to continue to work on that. Now, I do want to address something that you said, that, you know, actually a large percentage of our budget, that is a large percentage of the appropriated dollars that are left over after there is off the top money. So I think what you will see this year is legislators looking at money that comes off the top first, or money that is yet to be drawn in through maybe some sales tax incentives or through other types of incentives that we are missing out on. that would provide additional revenue so that the legislature is able to appropriate more to core services. It's not just education. We have very important core services that are important for a strong economy and a strong state, and education certainly is part of that.
Yeah, and back to the consolidation argument, I was talking to my state representative about that. It sounds easy to just cut down on school districts, but then that starts this domino effect of other expenses. Where do you fit the kids and new building expenses, I'm sure. And I know you've been hosting these town hall meetings. You had one last night, one tonight. What's the main thing that you're hearing from, people that you're talking to, and any new ideas that have come to light?
Well, very good. Thank you for that. We are in the middle of 7 town halls. We had one in Enid last night. We'll be in Yukon tonight, and then Monday in Muskogee, and that will wrap up our 7-city tour. What we are hearing is very great concern from parents, from school leaders and communities, that they are really frustrated with growing class sizes, very frustrated with the loss of important courses that serve kids who are advanced, as well as just, I think, a recognition that we have so many students that are diverse learners that require extra support, and they're not seeing that. Education is something, I think, top of mind, both for community members as well as our legislators, and we are very excited about the advanced conversations we are having to address those needs with our incoming legislature, and I have a lot of optimism going into this next session.
And the next town hall tonight in Yukon, correct?
That's right, tonight at Yukon High School.
Okay, and what do you personally do at these town halls? Are you making mental notes and saying, oh, okay, that's a great idea, good to know, that's a good concern? Are you thinking, okay, that's something I need to lobby for in the next legislative session? What are you walking through mentally during these town halls?
Well, it's a time where we're with hundreds of people, and we actually have laptops set up where members of my team are taking copious notes. We're asking the same questions of each community, and then those are being compiled and put online for everyone to see as part of our ESSA draft for our state plan. This is a multi-year state education plan, and Oklahomans will have a voice in that, and we will be submitting that to the U.S. Department of Education in June.